Welcome into this week's OSU Roundup Midweek Update. I'm Jessica Maury, and we have a special guest joining us today. We have cowboy wrestler Daton Fix. Thanks so much for joining us. Daton is prepping for the Senior World Championships in Kazakhstan. Now, before we get to that, you've been pretty busy since finishing as an NCAA finalist in March. You've had a busy spring and summer and fall. What have you been up to?
So right after the NCAAs, I just kind of jumped right back in the room and just kept training, and I actually made my way down to 125, which is 57 kilos. That's the weight I'll be competing at this summer. And so I was coming down a weight class, so I really didn't have much time to take any time off. So I went right back into the room and just started training. Went to the U.S. Open, and I won the U.S. Open. And that put me in Final X, and I won 2 matches at Final X, and now I get to compete at the World Championships. So.
That is awesome. So with those wins at Final X, you qualified for those Senior World Championships like you mentioned. How does a strong performance in Kazakhstan help prepare you for your ultimate goal, which is making the Olympic team in 2020?
A strong performance, it really does a lot for me, because if I get a medal at this World Championships, I'll be able to sit in the finals for the Olympic trials. So I'd only have to win 2 matches to make the Olympic team. And so it's a huge opportunity just to go really achieve one of the goals that I've set for my career and make the Olympic team.
And the most recent cowboy to make the senior freestyle world team while enrolled at OSU was this guy named John Smith. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. What's it like to be, in the same category as a legend like him?
It's awesome. He's obviously somebody that I've looked up to for a long time, being from Oklahoma and just being a fan of Oklahoma State wrestling my whole life. It's awesome that I'm in the same category as him, and hopefully I can, go to Kazakhstan and win my first of some gold medals, just like him.
And what advice has he given you?
He's told me that I'm ready. I'm ready to win. He knows where I'm at, and he's just have a lot of confidence is what he's really been preaching to me, and just let it fly and just wrestle like I know how to, and good things will happen.
And how has being an Oklahoma State Cowboy really prepared you, to perform on this big stage?
Just being an Oklahoma State Cowboy, there's so many resources we have, and we've had so many successful wrestlers come through, and just they've had success on the international stage. So, it just gives me a lot of confidence knowing that, really anything can be done from Stillwater, Oklahoma.
And what is it like to represent Oklahoma State on an international stage?
Yeah, it's awesome. I grew up an Oklahoma State fan, a diehard fan. My whole life I've bled orange my whole life. So just being able to represent Oklahoma State, it's a dream come true. And just I want to go win a gold medal for Oklahoma State.
How do you make sure that you don't look too far ahead, to the Olympics?
I just know that I just have such a big opportunity with this World Championships that if I compete well and go win a world title, then I'll set myself up really well to make that Olympic team.
And how do you kind of deal with all of this? Plus, you're also going to school. How do you balance all of this?
Oklahoma State, they've done a good job they help me. They work with me, my teachers, and I'm really grateful for that. So, hopefully I can bring back a gold medal for them. That might make it a little bit better that I missed so much class.
Well, best of luck, Daton. You can catch him in action on Thursday, September 19th on trackwrestling.com. We'll be right back after the break.
The end of the practice is when we do all of our intensity drills. She was going at it.
Stop. Right there we go.
If we win this, is the one way to get to the playoffs.
I know.
That's crisp.
Crisp taste, brewed with no corn syrup. Bud Light.
It's hard to believe that college basketball season is almost here. The Oklahoma State women's basketball team has been putting in the work this offseason, which isn't surprising. But what you might not know is that two Cowgirls spent part of their offseason representing Oklahoma State on an international level. Senior center Mariam Gnanou and freshman guard Micah Dennis both represented their home countries in international tournaments this offseason. Mariam competed for the Ivory Coast national team at the FIBA Women's Afro-Basket in Senegal, while Micah competed for Canada at the FIBA Under-19 World Cup in Thailand, a first-time experience for both of these Cowgirls.
It was amazing. I think the initial thought when I got picked was, oh my God, did I actually get picked? It was kind of like a realization moment for me that, hey, I actually am good enough. And I think I felt so honored. And it was an experience that I will never forget.
It was impressive. I never played at that level because at that level you get to play against some NBA players coming back on the country. You get to play against old players who have, I had on my team players who have 12 years experience of this competition. So it was just impressive, everything was big, different.
For Mariam, she was the only player on her team who has played basketball in the United States, which in turn made her quite the role model.
They wanted to practice more. They just look up you, they just ask you a lot of questions. How it is there? How am I supposed to do to get there? And you realize that you are an example for a lot of people. I didn't realize being here. But when I came back and playing this, people in your country see you on TV representing the country. People talked about you oh my gosh, you play in the state now, and they all look on you and ask you questions I want to be like you, how is it work to do that? I just tell them go to school first because you don't play basketball if you don't go to school, and just work hard and practice every day.
Micah is only the second Canadian women's basketball player to play for Oklahoma State. And she said she loves getting to represent not only her country, but her university too.
It was definitely amazing just to think that I was one of the few Canadians that are actually at Oklahoma. It was funny because no one really knew about, I guess, Canada and the ball there and what they brought to the table. And I think just sharing both those qualities that, hey, I'm a Canadian, hey, I'm going to Oklahoma State University, which is an amazing school, was really a blessing.
Both of these Cowgirls hope their experiences this summer will help them this upcoming season.
I think it's going to help me a lot with myself personally, with my confidence and my self-esteem. I think I've always kind of had a difficult time kind of accepting myself as a basketball player, being the top girl, being amongst everyone else that were amazing players as well. And I think just accepting myself was a really huge factor, and I think it helped me when I got here. I
realized that playing basketball is not only talent. You have to have experience, you have to know how to deal with the game, you have to understand the game, deal each situation in the game differently. So I kind of learned a lot from this experience, and I think it's really gonna help me here with all those youngers, because I'm a senior this year. I have a lot of younger look up on me on the team, the freshmen, the sophomore coming in the team. I just get a lot of maturity from that experience. So I hope it will help my teammates too. I can just give them some of my maturity, yes.
Mariam and Micah aren't the only two players on the women's basketball team who hail from countries other than the United States. In fact, there are players representing 6 countries and 3 continents on this year's Cowgirl squad. That's going to do it for this week's OSU Roundup Midweek Update. I'm Jessica Maury. Thanks for watching.